Hello, this is Mrs. Pedrosa, Director of Curriculum, and the following is a presentation that includes the NJSLA Access and DLM State Assessment results for the spring of 2022. As you know, it is a lot of information, so I will be providing a brief summary of the findings and of course be available for any questions that you may have. This past spring, 2022, was the administration of the NJSLA. Prior to that, students had not taken an NJSLA since 2019 due to COVID. The results in this presentation will show you that COVID and the pandemic did have an overall impact on the achievement results of not only Manchester Township School District students, but across the state of New Jersey. In this presentation, you'll see the 2019 results for Manchester Township School District and where we were in line with other districts within the county and of course the state. Reference points for this presentation include how did the NJSLA results for Manchester schools compare to state averages, how do the results compare across subgroups, and did the pandemic impact students' learning, and what does the data tell us? Of course, most of this data will show you that there was an impact on learning, not only the way students were receiving instruction, but also for students who have not been assessed for some periods of time, as well as the actual expectations and proficiency levels of our students in Manchester and across the state. Of course, also, it gives us a plan for moving forward and how we can balance our core instruction within our classrooms, provide intervention that targets areas of concern and accelerate our learning, provide much more rigorous and dynamic instruction within our classrooms, concentrating on student choice and student engagement, and also gives us an opportunity to look at extended school year opportunities for our students. And of course, this presentation also includes resources for our families. As you know, the performance levels for the NJSLA go from 1, did not meet expectations, to 5, exceeding expectations. We also include slides that talk about our NJSLA ELA language arts from grades 3 through 9 in all grades. We also give visual representations of this data. We also give same grade different students achievement and growth comparisons. We also give ELA same students different grades meeting and exceeding expectations. And it also gives you an idea of when these students who were tested in the spring previously took an assessment. What that means is students that were assessed in the spring in 6th grade did not take an assessment since 3rd grade. And of course, the students that took an assessment in 9th grade in the spring had not been assessed since their 6th grade in the middle school. We also included an overview of our mathematics scores and a visual representation of these scores, as well as some of the same slides regarding achievement and growth, and also a comparison of how these students did, who were the same students in different grade levels. In addition to the math and ELA scores, we include the science assessment. As you can tell, this is an extremely different assessment than what was given in the past and really focuses on next generation science expectations for our students. In addition, we include information by race, also by gender, for both ELA, for math, and for science. In addition to the NJSLA, we also have our Access for ESL students, which is the ELLs 2.0. This is the scoring rubric. We want students to be in a 4, 5, or 6. And of course, this is the report that the parents will review and will read. You do need to note that our ESL population has increased tremendously, and we are currently at about 103 students in our district at this time in grades K through 12. Of course, also we've expanded our program to include MTES, which has an offering for K1 and students in grades 2. In comparison, our 113 students that we now currently have on our rolls, we started last year with 62 students around this time and ended our year in June with 103 students. In addition to that, the scores that we just shared with you represent 11 students that exited the program with a 4.5 or higher in the Access for L's. We also included a breakdown by race and by program for ESL. In addition to NJSLA Access, our scores also include the dynamic learning maps. This was offered in the spring to 20 students in the district. The dynamic learning map is a test that measures academic achievement of students with the most significant cognitive disabilities. Students are assessed in ELA and math in grades 3 through 8 and 11, and students in grades 5, 8, and 11 in science. You can see the scores, which are 20 scores in ELA, 20 scores in math, and 10 scores in science. And therefore, you can see the levels. Of course, we want our students to be in the green. Which would be the highest scoring or proficiency level for a DLM. What are our achievements for this year? We've added an instructional coach. We've added support coaches for mathematics. We've added a reading specialist. We are moving towards, obviously, continuing our work with balanced literacy and workshop model. It's a focus also for middle school and high school. We're focusing on tiered systems of support. And of course, we have very specific targeted professional development. Our interventions are really focused on accelerating learning for all students and assisting teachers in the refinement of data conferences to analyze data to inform instruction and provide personalized learning. In addition to that, we've included resources for our families, which can be found not only on our website, but also on the Department of Education website. We thank you for your continued support, and we look forward to continuing our partnership together.